Okay, hi. I feel a little sleepy. I've got like some apple cider, warm apple cider going on here. It's not non-alcoholic because it's homemade, so but it's got the gingerbread spices in it, so I'm all nutmeggy and macy and all that stuff. So I know who we're doing next, October general read. Please check the description box for everything else that you need to know. We already did Leo. We already did Aquarius. Sag, it's your turn. I'm going to go for a nap after this. But anyway, Sagittarius, let's start with your Elle Oracle. We'll find out what your message is for that. Please do bear with me. I am now on a laptop camera. And it's exciting and it's good, but I still have to figure out like how I'm gonna like do stuff with software, if I'm gonna do anything with software, video editing software. It's interesting because sometimes I touch the screen to turn things off as if I'm using my phone, which is really weird. I'm also trialing some new decks of cards. You'll be getting the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg for your read. And I'm also trying out some new spreads. Everything's just new. And I do apologize. I haven't been reading as much because I am doing overtime as long as it's being offered at my current position, in my current job, at my current company. Once they stop offering overtime, I'm more than likely going to have to get a second gig as a part-time thing. But, you know, if I have time, I will try and do a Wheel of the Year tarot for you as well, because, you know, Samhain's coming. What is Sagittarius? Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. Everything you need to know is in the description box. All the wonderful things. But let's see what your Elle Oracle is. She who nurtures, Colette. Empathy, gentleness, and insight. There you go. I do actually really like these cards. I've had them for quite some time. So for this particular message, I think that Sagittarius, you're dealing with the need to be kind to yourself. It seems as if, you know, she's nurturing, that's what it is, she who nurtures, right? And, you know, it's talking about the gentleness and empathy, but I think we need to turn inwards, turn into... Are you nurturing yourself? Are you being empathetic to yourself? Are you being gentle with yourself? That is the huge insight here. Turning inwards, having sight within. That is the insight. Being kind to oneself. If you are not kind to yourself and you do not exercise empathy with yourself, how are you going to do it with other people? Do you know? Anyway, that's what we've got for your oracle message. Let's go ahead and let's get into the tarot here. We have a spread that I'm going to be doing as a 10-card spread. We'll look at your current energy, your desires, what you don't expect, and your near and long-term future. This is the only of the 3 new decks that I have that I can actually shuffle like a normal human being, so that's good. But yeah. Just kind of thinking. It's contemplative energy here. A lot of, it's like the card said about insight and going within. There is an element of going within that you're trying to exercise right now. Turning into trying to think your way through something. There's almost a strategicness, like you feel like if you're strategic enough with something, that something's going to work out a little bit better for you. I don't necessarily know that that's the case. Sometimes it's just the hands-off approach and just being kind with yourself and taking a minute to kind of step back. It's almost like that law of attraction stuff where if you chase something, then it runs from you perpetually. Whereas if you just kind of allow something to come your way, then, you know, it happens for you a little bit easier and quicker and better. I don't know if that's necessarily always the case. Being a proactive human being, I'm not like that, but... Okay. Yeah, I'm getting that yeah song turn into I know what I know. Okay. Just for fairness. There's a feeling of falling apart. In the present for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have happening for you in the present? Flippers and jumpers only. And I only take 3 maximum, but there's going to be 2 cards in each position here. Queen of Wands or clubs in this deck. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Feminine fire sign. Typically we see this as Aries energy. All of our queens are cardinal signs. So Aries, feminine energy, somebody who's irrational, somebody who loses their temper quickly, hot-headed, passionate, fiery energy, very creative, feminine energy, and a leader, of course, but at the same time volatile. There's a lot of volatility behind this energy in the present. Could be somebody that you're encountering, having an argument with, or you could be dealing with this energy yourself, given that you are a fire sign, right? What else in the present for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? There's an argument here. Argument. Kind of hearing it on this side, but kind of surrounding. There's an argument. An argument you anticipate with somebody with Aries in their chart. Okay, flipper we have. 2 of coins in the upright. This is ambiguity, 2 different opposing energies that you're juggling at the same time. Some people like to read this as, and sometimes people say that it's juggling 2 people. Normally I wouldn't say, and especially since we have this in the reverse, it is sometimes considered, and I didn't address this initially, that sometimes the Queen of Wands in the reverse or Queen of Clubs in this deck is considered the other woman. With these 2 cards together, sometimes it can be considered that you're encountering a third-party energy, and it's kind of bit you in the ass, to where you have somebody, for lack of a better term, somebody that you had indulged as a third-party individual in a relationship is now volatile, angry, irrational, and you're having to keep them at bay in a situation, arguing with them, in fact. As long as you juggle energies, as long as you're ambiguous with the universe will be ambiguous with you. Again, I don't want to be accusatory, nor do I want to kind of pin it down to it being, well, you had these 2 cards, so it must be so. But nonetheless, that is technically what I would consider the interpretation of having these 2 cards here at the same time. Conversely, or alternatively rather, you could be dealing with this energy within yourself, or it could be energy that surrounds you, argumentative, volatile, feminine, Aries energy, leadership energy, somebody who's taking control, domineering, kind of, you know, grabbing the reins away from you, arguing and wrestling the steering wheel away from you. Irrational thought, somebody who's passionate to the point of poison. And at the same time, you have dichotomous energy within you. You don't know which direction to travel and juggling 2 opposing forces, and there is a need for you to decide which way to go. Your current desires. Current desires for your Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hey man, if this isn't your story, you've got a rising sign, a moon sign, a Venus sign that you can look at, of course, as well. Okay, we have our 2 cards right there. 5 of Swords in the reverse with the 4 of Clubs in the reverse. Your desires right now, you're kind of looking to come out of self-deception about a lack of, a lack of a firm foundation on the home front. There's a realization here. Normally 5 of Swords in the upright would be self-deception, deceiving oneself about something. It's also a form of giving up in truce. So it could be that there's surrender involved in this, surrendering to the self, surrendering to the truth, surrendering to an inner truth and a realization that where one has been deceiving oneself about the firm foundations of a home that do not exist. The 4 of Clubs in its upright would be considered the 4 walls of a home, the 4 posts of a marriage bed, the firm foundations, the security within the home, But there is something here where the current desire is, your inner current desire is to stop deceiving yourself about the security within the home space, the foundation, the firm foundation in a home space, or the firm foundation in a relationship once thought to be a higher commitment. What you do not expect, Sagittarius. It could be because this individual over here, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, that volatile, argumentative, domineering energy, this, or quote-unquote other woman, is acting a fool, is being the individual that they are at this point in time, that there is a realization that one was deceiving themselves about this individual and about the stability that they could offer. But there is no stability there. With that 2 coins, the juggling of choices has to end. Rub 2 pennies together, belonging to a club with a button in, or a button with an emblem or an insignia of some sort as well in the present. What you do not expect, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And we have the Tower in the reverse. There is a surprise, something sideswiping, something unexpected is about to come along. It's kind of interesting. It isn't necessarily of negative connotation when it's in the reverse. I don't really know what to say when you have what to expect is something that you do not expect. Something surprising, something throwing you for a loop. Somebody might be throwing you for a loop. Somebody might come in and kind of sideswipe you with something. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sorry, we've got 2 here, and then we have, the 6 of Swords crossed this. Could be moving, a trip over seas, a trip over water that you're not expecting. Movement, leaving something behind that doesn't serve you in search of greener pastures. If you see, they've got all of their swords on the boat, they've got all of their possessions on the boat, and they're moving away from a disaster onto a better life. That could be the unexpected piece here that you do not expect. That Tower in the reverse is the trip over the sea, the movement forward, the necessary movement forward that you do not expect. We have these 2 mystery meets over here too. High Priestess in the reverse is a secret. It's a secret about somebody who's living very securely in their heart space, a King of Cups. High Priestess is also somebody who operates out of their intuition and occult wisdom, but it's also a secret. What you do not expect. There's a secret related to the scorpionic energy. You could have Scorpio in your chart. You could be a Scorpio Sag cusp individual, or you could have Scorpio figuring strongly in your chart. Somebody who is very secure in their emotions and exercises confidence in their emotionality and their emotional decisions, their emotional expression. The way that they extend that cup outwards is extremely confident. They know what they want and they want what they know. The High Priestess in the reverse with this would signify that there is a secret that is about to be revealed, or some occult wisdom, or something that has been hidden from knowledge and awareness that is about to be revealed. That is what you do not expect. It's very redundant, isn't it? That what you do not expect is that something that has been hidden from awareness is about to be revealed and it's something from your heart space, something that you have deep knowledge about, that you're very secure in your heart space about. It is an unexpected and perhaps shocking to others event where there is going to be a trip over sea, over water, a relocation, a movement forward of sorts, where there is a leaving behind of things that no longer serve in order to seek out what will serve you more or serve your purpose more in the future. But it's unexpected. It's something of a surprise. I almost want to pull more on that, but I'm not going to. We have Pisces, Scorpio, Scorpio. You have 2 Scorpio cards and a Pisces card here. We're in the Grand Trine right now, the Grand Water Trine. In your near future, Sagittarius, you might be required to move in the near future. Let's see. We have 3 cards that have flipped for you. We have the 8 messages. There is communication coming forth from... you'll be communicating something? You'll be communicating something towards a Capricorn individual. It'll be about creating the warmth in the home space, hearth and home, something warm, creating the security, delivering the security in the near future. That's quite beautiful if we look at this. Generally speaking, when things are traveling this way, they're coming from somebody, and when things are traveling this way, they're coming to somebody, to you, being received by you. I see this communication here. These are arrows of communication messages coming towards a Capricorn individual, Queen of Coins. You could also be a Sagittarius Capricorn cusper as opposed to a Sagittarius Scorpio cusper, somebody born closer to mid to end of December when Sagittarius turns to Capricorn. But these are communications towards a feminine Capricorn individual, somebody who brings warmth and nurturing energy, luxury and finery and comforts into the home space, creature comforts into the home space, somebody who makes the house into a home, somebody who brings good food, good wine, good sex, the comfort of, comfortable fabrics, warmth. Somebody who turns on the heat and the music and the lighting when they get into the house, lights the scented candles, has the cheese board out, that kind of a thing. That is Capricorn energy. Beautiful. It is a beautiful picture if you think about it here, because the near future says that then what's going to be delivered, the news that will be delivered to this feminine Capricornian individual is about stability. Taurus energy on this card. It is a card of bringing the security and the resources in order to have a warm, stable, safe home space somewhere where the fire is roaring and the dogs are laying by the fireplace and the rug is there and the man is relaxing in the chair, and it's just that that regal, comfortable, the word warm really does come to mind here. But it's about being able to say that the ultimate provider is going to provide the luxuries that the queen can then dole out in the home, the supplies, in order for the queen to be able to create the atmosphere. The queen creates the atmosphere in the home, whereas the king is the one who provides for the atmosphere to be created. Because the king is the fixed energy, right? The king is the energy of the stable, the secure, the stability, the one who delivers something, whereas the queen is the one who creates something, builds something with the supplies. But there's a communication coming in the near future to the queen. It's about what the king can provide, or about what the king will provide. In the distant future or long-term future for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, there's a lot of comfort here. There's a lot of comfort. Again, it is wrapping oneself in the warm blanket. It is the difference in between 4 walls, 4 cold walls that somebody calls a dwelling, and when you truly understand that somewhere is your home, a place is your home. Long-term future for you, Sagittarius. Five days, 5 weeks I'm getting here. That's also interesting. Or 2 weeks. Do you know why I'm saying that? That is because we have 5 pentacles sitting here, but they are holding 2, 1 each. Anyway, Yeah, the Devil in reverse is your first card in the distant future. This is a warning about indulgence moving into bleeding into the excess. Ensuring that you are respecting the material world and all that it has to offer in terms of worldliness and the worldly comforts. However, ensuring that you are doing so in moderation and holding each of these things in high regard, enough that you understand where the line is for excess versus enjoyment, right? Excess over indulgence. What else? Finally, for you, Sagittarius. And that indulgence can be good, but the problem is that when you get into a space where it's no longer just simple indulgence. The Hermit in the reverse. So there's a realization, a personal truth. This is the Virgoan, running into the, retreating into the cave of self-discovery and emerging, having learned a personal truth, a deep inner personal truth. And it does have to do with where moderation bleeds into the overindulgent side, where it is excessive, where you are no longer holding the earthly pleasures in high regard and disrespecting your ability to enjoy earthly pleasures. And you disrespect them when you live them out in excess and when temptations are overindulged into the point of abuse. Right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Swords. There is observance going on at this time. Either you are watching somebody else or somebody's watching you. You're watching somebody else because this is traveling this way. There could also be some quick communication, some swift communication. Silver-tongued communications can be a warning about your words and how you communicate moving forward. To use your words wisely and to think before you speak. However, typically pages are observing for the purpose of learning. You could be observing somebody else for the purpose of learning. You could also feel that there's somebody that you could benefit from observing. But you're doing so from a certain standpoint in order to learn and in order to understand something better. If this is you. I mean, I see it as that, but doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. You could have somebody watching you. Okay, let's see here. Numbers of significance for you, Sagittarius. I'm getting a little drowsy. I think I'm going to have a nap. Numbers of significance for you, Sag. We have 8, 2, 5, and 9. A lot of people are getting change, you know. Let's see what we have for your magnetic poetry, and then we'll be done. We'll give it a good stir. And I'm going to do it in less form so that nobody thinks that it's like I'm making the sentences and trying to guide you to believe in something that isn't really the way it is. Okay. Yeah, there is a journey. There's a journey over water for sure. That's funny. A little inside joke there. My boyfriend's a Sagittarius. This one actually flew off the board. Okay. Okay, that's what we've got. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you so much for your time, and please do subscribe if this made any sense. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you when we see you next, hopefully for the Wheel of the Year readings at the end of the month. Okay, bye.